It's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida, an Expressionist art studio gallery in the backyard, and I do not want to know what temperature it is. It would not be good for my morale. This is a Grumbacher Academy watercolor box that I found in my studio while I was tidying up, something that was long overdue and needed to be done badly. And I noticed that it wasn't just a potential reservoir for my paint, for my pouring acrylic, but it has this nice little strip in here. Yeah, and now it's a cleaner strip, which reminds me I ought to at least dip my studio rag into my bucket of water where I clean my tools as often as possible, and then maybe use that finger in that ridge. This is an edge catcher. I don't know if I'm going to be using it, but I'd like it to be handy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this canvas right quick as I can, with schmutz. No, with white paint. And then I'm going to introduce you to my OXO omelet turning spatula, available on the Amazon link below. Show more below the video, where there's all kinds of cool stuff. Actually, I have glasses on my head and I'm going to put them on my eyes. I'm getting more clever. I better be fast. We're just going to play today. We're not doing anything serious. We're not trying to make a massive, incredible work of art, but sometimes those are the best days to make a massive, incredible work of art. But it's only a 16 by 20 inch canvas. So I have this idea that I like how it looks when I use a bunch of colors in a reservoir, and then I dip my dollar store dustpan or one of my shovels or any number of other mark making tools that I've got handy around. Even these things might be interesting. And too much money for Marshalls. Anyway, that was water. I don't like water in my paint. It destroys the polymer bond. So I don't use water in my paint, and I don't like it when it's on my canvas, but you can't really help it. Like I said, it's a really hot day, which means paint will flow very, very nicely. And I thought about using a primed canvas. Yes, you're back again. And you see this is a little off. Using a primed canvas that was dry already, so I could just make those marks. But then I thought about it, and I thought, well, if I start with a wet canvas, which helps the paint to flow better, then if I don't like what's happening, I can always tip it or swipe it or whatever else, and the catalytic reaction between the colors and the white paint and whatever other paint I decide to put on there, I can hardly see. It's so bright out here. But I'm going to imagine that we have the right amount of colors and that I can be quick enough to put that away for a second. Bring this back. Maybe dry that part out. I think that's just old watercolor. I don't think that can hurt anything. But what I really want to do... Hello, pretty little bird. Wow. That was cool. He had like a bandit stripe along his eye. And so I'm going to just put a bunch of gold in there. This is not the gold, mica powder gold, that I have on the Amazon link, because it's too hot out here and it becomes too thin to use. And I am going to try... This is going to be weird. This is already weird. I've got some of this Mystique, or some similar name to that. That's an Art Minds, and it's an iridescent. And I don't think the white is going to be what I want in there, but I definitely think this... I think the pink. I just put a whole bunch of new skewers handy so I could clear my tips if I needed to. And it looks like I need to. I think I'm going to keep those tips right on there. Whoa, whoops. I forgot to shake one. Okay, that'll change it up a little bit. What else do we want to put in there that will be good for mark making? Something, a darker color blue. Now, I actually sacrificed a folk art color shift the other day, blue, and added some unicorn spit to it. So I'm still waiting to see what that's going to be like. I'm not as enamored of the Bahama blue as I was once, but I do like that turquoise, and I don't mind a few colors of it. I've been trying to work my way back over to getting some of this Prussian blue in there before I run out of space, because it sells so nicely. And maybe, just maybe, I will put a little bit of white in, what, a little bit? Maybe I'll just put a whole ton of white there. Oh, it looks like it's leaking out underneath. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about anything right now. I don't have a whole lot of time before they come to mow the lawn, even. I'm thinking I'm almost done. That held a lot more paint than I expected it to tell you the truth. And I think I'm going to do, no, I was going to put, let's make sure it's shaken. I was going to put some orange in there. I don't think it was. Alright, so now we're sort of kind of ready. Except for, you know, I can't stop myself. If I see another color I want, it's got to go in there. Especially if it's purple. Love purple. And it's looking pretty full, so maybe I'll just use this other, I'll use its own pan over there to the edge. And maybe you can see that. I hope so. Let me get my white canvas back. And make sure there's not too many drips, because the drips are fine if you can catch them and rub them in, but the drips are not fine if you don't catch them, because they will form little drips, ridges and stuff. Alright, I could even put chain in this. I could dip my basting brush in there. Oh boy. Too many choices. Let's start with Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula. Hot day, don't know what's going to happen. I could, in theory, just dump it all out, but I think for right now, I want to play. I might even be tempted to try and shovel a little bit of that. I want to shovel more. I should have just given myself permission to shovel. Now I said I had a dustpan and I know how to use it. We'll see if I know how to use it. That white paint is in my way. I'm just going to go ahead and dip a whole bunch. Because I can. Hey, that's the name of my book on the Amazon link below the video too. I think I like that. I like this, but I want something to distract me from the fact that I didn't get it all right. I think what I want is to keep dipping. Okay, I guess I'm going to dip and dot. A lot more paint on there than I expected. And it is a very hot day, which means everything is sort of like melting ice cream, more so than paint. Oh, whoa, I almost dumped my paint. I don't want to do that. I'm going to come back to this little spatula again, because I can lead paint with that very easily. And I'm really tempted to go ahead and see what happens when I throw my basting brush in something, but I haven't decided what that something is yet. Yeah, there's stuff in the way, you know it. I want to dump some stuff. I just want to add shovels. If I had made a reservoir of paint, I'd be pretty happy right now with grabbing it, but I think I'm just going to do it anyway. It is kind of a challenge to go ahead and try and restrain oneself with this little tiny dipping container of paint. But I know no matter what I start with, I will find a way to make it work. Even if it's tomorrow. I'm always telling people, you can just call it stage one. It's nice when it's stage one and done, but it's not always stage one and done. Sometimes it's just a stage. It might be just literally too hot to paint out here today. But I refuse to believe that yet. So I've got skewers too, but I can still dribble. Especially since it's so hot. That seemed to work okay. It's different. Sounds like they might be here to mow the lawn early today. Can't say I blame them. I'd get it over with too. I've been having fun with these little peaks lately. Little ridges. I don't really feel like I have enough colors in there. And I didn't really do what I said I was going to do. I'm never going to be able to get that paint out of the bottom of that. But that's okay. It'll rinse away. I was not expecting that big thing to fall out of my shovel, but that's okay. Just having some fun. Making marks, pulling paint, creating patterns. Maybe adding a little something something will make me happy if I can get it. Even if I can't get it to come out, it might make me happy. I'm almost out of paint here, which in this case might be okay, because I think I'm going to contemplate on building myself another reservoir of paint that I can work out of. I could still tip that a little bit. I'm not a big fan of this thing over here. A little shortchanged myself on the shortchanged myself a little. Yeah, I'm losing my losing my word. Wherever the drips will take me. Well, that's sort of interesting. Haven't got my full attention yet. What am I going to do with that? I don't know. Let's go ahead and take the little tiny Princeton Art Tool Kettle spatula and push all that paint right down to one end, corner, whatever. And whatever it is what it is. I'm not sure it's a success or a failure, but I'm going to grab it with my basting brush because it's golden. And because I can. And that is a basting brush with full bristles, which is highly unusual, but since we have a wet white canvas, I thought it would be a good time to try that. Maybe a smaller one. Maybe that should go in the bucket right now. I lost the handle on my smaller one. That's too bad. Alright, well, that's broken. Let's find one that's not broken. That's me with 2 minutes left, knowing that it is too hot for me to finish this today. But it was worth a try, you know, and you can never tell. So if you like what I do, and you want to be of assistance to me, the more videos you watch, and there are 650 on the end screens in the last 20 seconds of this video, the more you watch, the more the YouTube algorithm knows that you watch, and gives me better placement. And that includes watching through the commercials, oh god. The thumbs up, if you can give me one, is really appreciated. Same thing. I'm just going to keep playing as if you weren't even here, like I normally would anyway. Which happens a lot. Sorry. But sometimes it's just too hot to make another movie. So there's still some fun stuff about that. I'm not complaining yet, too loudly. And it's still cool enough for me to steal some paint. And I will torch to release some of the bubbles. And I will grab some of the other colors that I like. I'm looking for a color that I like. Yes, that's not it, but that's okay. It'd be really nice if that would come out. I just used that. So you'll be gone soon. I give lessons at the house. Got a class tomorrow. I do sell my artwork. There's a file number at the end of every video. I got a minute to tell you whatever I'm going to tell you, and you're going to be gone probably sooner than that anyway. Just doing whatever comes to mind. Having some fun, making some texture. I want to thank you guys for contributing to the studio to keep me painting all this time. And if you want to be in this month's contest and you want to contribute, look for PayPal or Patreon, and I will send you an invitation via proof of what's being offered for prizes this month, whatever month that is. And you can usually see those on the end screen if you look for them, along with my webpage. So it's too hot to think right now. But I'm going to play with this for a little while longer and see if I can make it into something that I like. Nature has a funny way. I figure if I embrace a funny way, I can maybe make nature work for me. I've got a little bit more paint left, not a lot. but I think I'm going to use it on the edge of my canvas.